Hello everyone. Well, this is a first. The first time I've unboxed a vacuum that's been pooed on. Yes, it looks like there's some bird muck on this, obviously stored in some dusty attic somewhere. It is, I think, factory sealed, and it's a very, very cheap Hoover. One of the early Chinese Hoovers, model T135PS. Yes, we'll be reminiscing about these in years to come. Do you remember the early Chinese-made Hoovers? They were far better made than the Chinese Hoovers we get today. Anyway, let's have a look at this. I seem to remember that a model very similar to this one was offered free when you bought selected Candy washing machines. So it's not that old. This is from the 2000s because it's got the Hoover Generation Future logo. Ooh, I don't know what. Ooh, there's something awful on the top of there as well. I don't know what that is. I think this is. I'm going to have to wash my hands afterwards. Hang on a minute. Let's hope nothing's made a nest in the box. I think the box looks fairly intact. So this is the cheapest of the cheap, the lowest of the low. Now, two plastic, very plastic wands. I do apologise for the sun. We don't normally get this sort of weather in the UK. You've got a lower doodah thing. You know what that is. It's a hook thing. It's for parking the doorbry in the what's it. You know what I mean, folks? Right. Ooh. Look at this. Look at this, folks. No expense spent with this model. I don't know. Let's have a look at this carpet and floor head. Oh, wow, look at that. Look at that, folks. Nothing but the finest black plastic for this Hoover. 2 litter pickers, and you've got the foot operated pedal to release. An awful cheapo nasty brush at the front, and an equally cheapy nasty little squeegee at the back. 2 wheels, and there's your little parking doorbry at the back too. Very bog standard cheap carpet and floor nozzle, and here we have very dirty. Oh, there's something on it. Ugh. And again, cheapy plastic. That's for the cleaner. Says ABS on it. I'd say that's about 1.5 meters, if that. And here's the handle end with a suction relief valve. No bells and whistles on this cleaner. I think it does have automatic cord rewind. It's a 1300 watt model. Here's the user instructions. Ooh, let's see. I really shouldn't have done this in the sun. You can hardly see that, can you? The sun is shining. The sun has got his hat on today. Hip 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 hooray. Wow. Look at that. Picasso could have drawn these diagrams. Oh, look at that. You've got to take the rough with the smooth, folks, you know. Can't always be unboxing expensive vacuums, can we? Sometimes it's nice to unbox something very, very cheap. Now, I think there might be another tool, at least, stored on board somewhere. Ooh. This was the colour of the millennium, wasn't it? Silver. Well, look at that, folks. Just marvel. Marvel in the glory that is the Hoover T135PS cylinder vacuum. It's a triumph. Crikey. Well, it's been passed by somebody at Hoover's quality control according to this little sticker here. And there's even a bag check indicator. No spare bags. And here, can you see this little round blank piece? Well, there might have been a deluxe model with variable power. But at least we do have automatic cord rewind, despite the cheapness of this vacuum. As I said, this would have been uber cheap, bottom of the range sort of thing. Oh, bit squeaky. Bit squeaky she is, isn't she? She doesn't look too bad on my viewfinder, I suppose. There we are, you can have a bit of a closer look. So, oh dear. Let's have a look inside, shall we? Oh, well, I wasn't expecting that. You can buy bags for this, and if I was to use it, I think I would put a paper bag in. This comes with a permanent I can never say that word. Permanent bag. Now, I've got to be careful with this sort of plastic. I think it's going to be okay. I had a sort of a similar model. I think it was a Hoover Sprint, which was a little bit up from this one, and it had a permanent bag. And this sort of plastic, it was very brittle. Look how that's been screwed on there with 4 screws. You've got a little clip at the bottom to reveal a dead mouse. No, nothing, fortunately. Nothing to see. I feel like a magician. Right. As you can see, folks, an empty bag. Now, easy wizzy, let's get busy. Ba-ba! Nothing inside. Oh. So there we go. Permanent bag for this cleaner. Ew, dear. Right. There is another filter. I think there'll be an exhaust filter as well. So tiny little bag, look. But it's a tiny little machine. You wouldn't want this if you lived in a big house, that's for sure. You might want this if you lived in a small apartment, or you just want a little vacuum to supplement your main upright. Right, so there we go. And there's a phone number here to call for Hoover consumables and accessories. That's as far as it opens, folks. Doesn't open any further. And underneath this, ooh, cheap, very cheap seal, we've got this filter. I expect a very high quality German made motor sits behind there. What do you think? Yes? No. So that seals that in. Then we can close that. It is quite dinky, I suppose. And oh, how do we get this open? Oh, no, you do it that way, do you? Oh, and it's the same. Looks like the same sort of material. A little bit thinner though for the exhaust. And here is that little tool I thought it would have. And it's one of those. Look. Ooh, well, it's a. Dearie me. Look at that. Does that come off? That should come off. Ah, there we are. Ooh, look at that crevice tool. A crevice tool only suitable for your nooks, crannies. Well, forget the crannies with that one. You'll only get into your nooks. No crannies will remain, well, cleaned, will they? You'll not clean your crannies. So anyway, that's your crevice tool, almost sharp enough to cut yourself on, with this delightful brush attachment. Oh, that fits on in such a lovely way. And that again, it's one of those you could clean your teeth type brushes. It's that stiff. Don't be dusting your delicate Ming vase with that, folks. Right, so that's that. Let's pop the old filter on. At least it's got a fitted plug, of course. But yes, this will date from the early 2000s. It is from a time when which way did that go in? It's a time when Hoover started shipping out vacuums from China. That isn't that bad a cord, to be honest. I've just realised there's no carry handle here. There is one here at the back. Ooh, giving you a sneak peek. And it'll have a very short cord. That doesn't feel too bad. Coming out there. Oops, we've got the little warning. Don't pull too far, look. It's going to be red in a minute. Whee! There. Red for danger. So we'll just pop that back in. Very short cable, as I expected. And a little black plug. A little black plug. There we are. And one thing I like to see that they don't often feature even on expensive vacuums sometimes. This one's a plastic roller on a metal spindle by the looks of it, a metal axle. But that little movable piece prevents wearing into the to the body of the machine. With some vacuums, when you constantly pull out the mains cord, you see where the cable is gouged into the actual body, but that stops that happening. So don't know why they bother with such a cheapo machine. And oddly, well, we've got two big wheels and a swivel caster, but for some reason we've got two fixed wheels as well at the back. I don't know what the point of that is. Let's have a look at the all-important rating sticker. So it's a Hoover model T135PS. I'm assuming S stands for silver. Serial number 390000267. And then there's another few numbers. 05310794. 230, 240 volts, 50 hertz, 1000 to 1200 watts, PCEE or PMAX, 1300 watts. Okay folks, it's time to see what this marvel of cleaning technology sounds like. I think it's going to sound as sweet as a hummingbird. What do you think? Let's give it a go. Ooh, yes, smells a bit sort of electrically burny smell. I don't think it's going to blow up. It's just the motor needs running in a bit, I think, don't you? Oh, sorry about that. Always getting interrupted. Always happens. Now, I don't even know where I was, because the last time you saw me, well, I've just had a long phone conversation and I've just eaten my dinner. So I thought, hang on, I'm half unboxed a vacuum. Well, I fully unboxed it, but I haven't finished pouring scorn on this little machine. Let me just adjust myself. There we go. Okay, now I'll switch on again. Yeah. Yes, what I expected, really. A little loud, a little smelly, burny, smelly, electrically burny, smelly. Very nasty little machine, but anyway, well, it's not that bad. Needs a little bit of oil on the wheels. There is no, hang on. This might fit, oh dear. I've been using this nozzle. This is from another Hoover cleaner I'm using. Let's see. Oh, no, it doesn't fit. Thought it would. Never mind. Let's pop on the Super Deluxe Gloss wand. I think this one with a bracket thing on goes at the bottom. And then we put the Super Deluxe, gorgeous gorgeous nozzle on the end of the... Oh dear. There we are. Wow, look at that. I never saw this in any brochures, any leaflets. By the sort of 2000s, leaflets and brochures were starting to be phased out. You know, with the internet, back in the day, you know, before the internet, folks, advertisers, well, companies produced brochures and catalogues and things. It's the only way people could sort of view the items in the comfort of their own home. They'd go to a showroom, maybe pick up some brochures first and peruse them, and then go back another day and make their choice from a few they've highlighted. Now, let me just, I can hear a dog approaching again. Ah, there it is. On the underside is, oh, that's very, oh dearie me. I think that's for the old thing. Yeah, there, yeah, it does fit. That's to help keep everything together. You know, you can obviously have the hose on. Now this silver finish, and that's all it is, a finish, would easily be damaged, I'm pretty sure. Whoops. Yes, because look, inside it's actually black. So it's just very cheap sprayed on, this silver finish. So you scuff that about and the black underneath will show itself. So that does go on there as a sort of thingamajig. And then you can kind of, oh no, dear, oh don't bother Roger, don't bother. Oh, this hose is so rigid, but then it has been coiled up in that box for a lot longer than it should have been, really. It should have been, well, if this has been purchased when it should have been purchased, well, it would have been in landfill now, let's be honest with you, because this little vacuum is unlikely to have lasted much more than 3-4 years if it was lucky. But yeah, there's something to be said for the early Chinese Hoovers. Oh dearie me. Never mind. Oh, I'll just get up now. I'll give it a bit of a go. It's not too bad. It's not height-wise, you know. Some of these have very short tubes, but that's a fairly comfortable height for me. And that nozzle, actually, to be honest with you, doesn't feel too bad. I better get on with this because it's getting dark. Dear, that was ridiculously easy to push. Obviously this is a pre-EU regulated vacuum, and you know what they're like, those nozzles that you can hardly move. This one though is the other extreme. It's a pretty powerful little motor in here, but on this carpet it just basically it feels about the same when I've got it switched off as it does when it's on. Oh dearie me. Poor little thing. Poor little thing. Oh well. You're going to go back in your box. I know you've seen the limelight for a few minutes. But in order to keep your lovely good looks, you can't be used. You're just going to be placed carefully back in your box and nestled in some garage or loft. With all your friends. Right, I'm going to unplug and we'll see what the auto flex rewind is like. I think it'll be quite good from memory on this sort of cleanup. Now there was a similar model which I used to have, of course, called the Studio, I think it was. Similar sort of form factor, but it was a little bit more deluxe than this. It had a handle sort of in the middle here, so you can lift it up. Probably uses the same bags as this. I know they got it in America. I think it was an orange colour in the US of A. Right, let's go for it. Wow, crikey! Oof. Wow, that was blinking. You missed it. Did you see that, folks? Anyway, of course, it'll stand up on its end for putting away in your cupboard and cleaning stairs, but there's not really a suitable nozzle, is there, for stairs? You could, I suppose. You put the main carpet and hard floor nozzle directly to there. You could, yeah, do that, do your stairs with that, but there's no small nozzle, and I'm not sure what size it is, since that other Hoover one didn't fit, although that is from a strange Hoover. It's got funny sized, yeah. I think it's probably Henry tools would probably fit that. But yeah, nothing suitable for doing your stairs or upholstery really. Which is a shame, isn't it? I mean, you could have a go at your upholstery with that, but yeah, it's not very good. I expect if this was for your car, that's the only nozzle you'd ever put on it, isn't it? This one, you just do your car with a crevice tool. I suppose that would work for your car cleaning. But anyway, there you go. Which way did that go in? There, I think that was the way. So there you go, just a quick sort of video showing you this. Nothing special. It's one of the sort of, I don't know, it's not going to be a classic, is it, in years to come? We've got a few classic vacuums we can think of from Hoover, but unfortunately this doesn't even have a name, does it? Bless it, it's just got a model number. Hoover couldn't even be bothered to call it anything. T135PS, that's all it is. Thanks for watching. If you have any comments about this poor little vacuum cleaner, please comment below, and I'll see you all soon for the next video, and hopefully it'll be something a little bit more fancy than this cheap and cheerful bagged, well, permanent bagged vacuum from the once great company of Hoover. See you all next time. Bye for now.